in today's session of Divorce Court. When Tierra met Rico, she heard wedding bells. Even though she knew he was a playboy, she thought marriage would make him settle down. But after 3.5 years, Tierra says nothing's changed.
The week after I had my daughter, my mother was there. He was not there.
So a man that had 4 children before you married him, how do you think he got those 4 children? By 4 different women? Staying at home?
Rico says it's Tierra's temper that's ruined the marriage.
My kids don't like coming over to the house because of how you fight in front of them.
Your Honor, that is not true. I have been a good stepmother.
And Rico's mother says she wants Tierra out of her family's life.
I'm afraid of my son's life. He had been stabbed.
Been stabbed by whom?
By his wife, Tierra. Seemed like for the last couple of years it's been like fatal attraction.
Now Rico says because Tierra had an affair during their marriage, he's not sure if he's the father of their child.
What do you say? Is he the father?
Today, Tierra Olson and Rico Haley face the judge and find out the truth in Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Mablean Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Tierra Olson versus Rico Haley. I'm advised after 3.5 years of marriage, you're ready to end it. Mr. Haley, why?
Before we got married, I was involved in different projects, like in clubs, and getting our family business together, and so forth. I have 4 children from prior relationships. All right? When we got married, I wanted to make a difference, okay? I wanted to take care of these businesses so they can take care of my children, because they come first.
Your children come first?
My children come first. Then when I got
Making
married,
them or taking care of them?
and when I got, yeah, make sure they're taken care of.
If your children come first, and
then when I
they
got
would have been the
married,
priority,
the
number one priority.
I thought she understood about my children and my obligations to my children. Okay? She tried to change me.
How?
As in, she got me to give up the clubs.
When you say you had a club, you mean you owned them?
Dance clubs, yeah. We
that
leased them out
Rico.
of other.
Our whole marriage, you've done nothing but go to clubs, okay? I've never had a problem with that. You've had your club business and things of that sort, and I never had a problem with that. The only thing I had a problem with was you being absent. As a husband and a father, you were not there 100%. You presented to me somebody else. I feel like I married somebody I did not know.
Mrs. Olson, you want to look at me?
Yes.
Now, tell me what you were saying.
I feel I married somebody that I don't know. I feel he presented himself in a different manner than he's acted in our marriage.
So how did he present himself?
He told me, I know he's had 4 children prior to our marriage. I understand that. And I
had 4 different women?
4 different women, okay, children by different women. I understood that, and that was no problem with me, okay?
So how did he present himself before he married you?
He told me that he was going to change, he was going to settle down, he was going to stop going to clubs, you know, stop going out every night. He was going to be there as well as a father and a husband.
If I own clubs.
He's never owned a club, Your Honor.
We own a club. Okay, what we do?
He's never owned a club. He has been a participant.
Me and my partner. What we do?
Or maybe he went to him enough that he thinks it got him an ownership interest in it.
Exactly.
That's what she believes.
Okay.
But it was me and my partner. What we do? We lease out days and clubs that are already established that are slow nights. Okay, so we might lease out Monday, Thursday, and Friday. She knew of this before we got married. She enjoyed going out with me, just spending money, going out to dinner, going to movies, drinking, whatever.
Up until the point, if I may interrupt.
After we got married.
Up until the point where I found out that you were dating a cocktail waitress.
Oh, you were.
I was dating a cocktail waitress.
That's when you wanted the club
I went to the club with him. I always asked him, why is it why we go in the club that you act like we're not married? You sit over here and I'm sitting over here with my cousin and his girlfriend. He told me, oh, well, that's, you know, I'm talking to the waitress and the bartender about business.
What happened was she goes to the club and get drunk.
I said, that's fine, I understand that. I understood that part, you know. And I said, that's fine. And I find out later on that he's dating one of the cocktail waitresses supposedly going to move in with her.
So a man that had 4 children before you married him, how do you think he got those 4 children? By 4 different women? Staying at home?
Thank you.
No, I know this. I understood that. I
knew
I had no problem with that. I love his children like my own. I have no problem with that. I have a problem with him disrespecting me.
That's not true.
As in the fact when we did get married, he told me that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Never done anything.
I've bought your son diapers when he was little. I've bought your son diapers. I've treated your kids like they were my own. Okay.
My kids don't like coming over to the house because of how you fight in front of them.
Your Honor, that is not true.
You fight in front of my children.
Kids like they were my own.
Oh, man.
Okay, you may.
If my son Jeremy,
I have been a good stepmother. I've done everything that I'm supposed to do.
She has not met my children. Okay.
She never met your children?
She has not met them before we got married. She might have seen them with me once in a while here at my mother's house. Okay, after we got married, then she started seeing. I started getting more custody. What happened after we got married? Your
That's
Honor,
not true.
and I gave the clubs
While we were
up.
dating,
I gave
you
the
had
clubs
Jeremy
up,
with us often.
and we separated
okay?
the first time. We separated for a little while.
So you did give the
first time.
clubs up.
Okay, and I gave the clubs up.
Why did
okay?
you give the
did
clubs
I gave them
up?
up to try and make our marriage work, Your Honor. I got a job in a nice company up north.
A regular job.
We work from 9 to 5. Your Honor.
So you changed.
I changed 100%. I believe
Gave up
I
your
changed.
friends.
I gave up my friends all that. But
Why did you have to give up your friends?
Because of the fact she didn't like none of my friends.
Did he give up his friends for you?
No, he has never gave up his friends for me.
Your
And this
Honor.
is part of the reason our marriage will not work. I've never asked
Your
him
Honor.
to give up friends that didn't party and go out and maybe they had a family life also, like we were trying to be. We
Your
were trying
Honor.
to be a family. We couldn't be this family if
I
he was
believe
running around with single
you-
men all
you
the
have
time,
to-
partying,
you have to
giving.
work
I would have
and
different
make money
girls
to
on my
pay
answer
bills.
machine every night while I was pregnant. Okay, I got woke
That's
up
not
at
true.
3 and 4 in the morning.
Where's the tape
I'm the
at?
one that was
What's her
working.
names?
Okay, during our whole marriage,
Okay.
you have held down a job for 1 year.
Yeah.
1 year, our whole
1 year.
marriage, okay?
What-
When we
what-
moved
Tierra,
into
what
our
are you
apartment,
talking
I
about?
paid the deposit.
The two of you are not
You're great.
agreeing on anything. Let me see what this witness has to say. What's your name?
Doris Washington.
Step forward, Ms. Washington. Maybe you can tell me what's going on because they're mumbling to each other.
I'll be here for the truth because I'm afraid for my son's life.
Why are you afraid for his life?
Because I've gotten up at 1 and 2 o'clock in the middle of the night to take him to the emergency room when he had been stabbed
Been stabbed by whom?
by his wife, Tierra.
Not crying, Miss Olsen over
Oh,
here.
yes. I've gotten up at 12 and 1 o'clock
okay,
in the morning
Your Honor.
to
I have
take
been
him
through
home with
physical,
me.
physical abuse our
because
whole
she's
marriage while
trying
I
to
was
on him.
pregnant. He used to
Miss Olsen, stop.
What?
Check her nails
Mr.
out.
I was
Oh,
pregnant.
check her
You
nails
used to
out.
knock the shit out of me.
Check
You're
her
crazy.
Okay, I've had.
Miss Olsen,
You're-
I am
you're
going
crazy.
to
I don't
knock you
believe that
out
you
of Joe
understand that.
1 if you don't stop
I don't
using
believe you
those
even
words.
saying something like
Mr.
that.
Haley,
I don't believe
I'm-
it.
Mr.
gotten-
Haley, when I am talking, please don't make me yell.
Forgive me, Your Honor. Sorry about
Try not to act like I'm at home. I'm trying to act like I'm in a courtroom.
that. That's all right.
Now,
I've
she
gotten on my
touched,
bed.
stop, Miss Washington.
Okay.
She touched a cord. Said that she had to get up in the middle of the night to take him to emergency because you stabbed him. And all of a sudden you get real loud. Before you were mumbling and could hardly talk. Let Miss Washington finish.
She scratched him up and trying to push him into hitting her. And he's like, back down, call me up to come and get him, volunteer to come and get him because he needed me to talk to her and help calm down. While she's calming down, because I didn't want my son to be in a position to be abusive to her. Seemed like for the last couple of years, it's been like fatal attraction.
If you didn't want him to be abusive, when
I've
I
taken him
when I had
home.
called
I've
you and
taken
he's
him
beating
home
the
with
shit out of me before,
I've
then you
taken
would
him
have
home
been there.
many times.
Miss
Many
Olsen,
times.
No, stop.
Okay.
Stop. You got one more time to use that word. And the only person's story I'm going to hear in this courtroom today will be Mr. Haley's, because you're going to be out of here. Now, I'm going to give you an opportunity to respond. Trust me.
Your Honor.
No, you be quiet too. All right, Ms. Washington, thank you. Now, what's this about you having hit him or stabbed him with a knife?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. I was cooking dinner one night. He had been out all night partying or whatever. He came
At
to the
one of his
door.
clubs?
I don't know where he was. He doesn't have any clubs that I know of at this time or at that time. He had been out partying. He came
true, that's
home.
not true.
Let her
He had
finish.
came home. Okay, I locked the door, relocked it. We had been arguing. He had called me on the phone. It was 3 in the morning, I believe. I was 3 months pregnant. This was reoccurring through my whole pregnancy. He came in the door. I was cooking. I cut him
Cooking at
right
3
here.
a.m. in the morning?
It was
Thank
like
you,
3.
thank you.
It was, I cut him right here. He came home at
Yeah.
like 3 in the morning.
Your
I
What
think.
are you cooking at 3 a.m. in the morning?
Your Honor, it wasn't
Stop,
true.
Mr.
I had
Haley.
I had a steak knife. I don't know. I was up eating. I was pregnant. It was like 3 in the morning. I cooked something earlier for dinner, and I was like I
Were
don't
you
know. I woke
eating?
up
Were
to
you
eat.
cooking? What were you doing? You've
No,
told me
I
three
had
different
cooked.
things.
I had cooked earlier, and I was eating something at 3 in the morning. I had a steak knife, and I cut him on his wrist.
Your Honor,
Because you thought he was a piece of steak.
No,
Yeah.
Your Honor, what I did was wrong. I admit that. No, he knocked the shit out of me.
Oh, no.
He knocked.
Oh, that's not true.
that's not true. Your Honor,
That's not true.
Goodbye.
That's not true.
When divorce court returns, Tierra gets another chance before the judge.
You calm down now, Miss Olsen?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
And Rico testifies about the man he suspects might be the father of Tierra's child.
I called up there to talk to my wife, and this man gets on the phone and says, "What do you want?" He told me if I call up there again that he's a Marine, that he's gonna kick my butt.
If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. Divorce Court is back in the case of Tierra Olson versus Rico Haley. Tierra says Rico continued to be a playboy after they were married, and now she wants a divorce.
Who's this witness over here for Miss Olson, since she can't finish her story? No, you're not the litigant. You're the witness.
Okay.
What's your
Tierra's
name?
good friend, April Muzigamba.
What can you tell me about Miss Olson's allegation that all he was doing was running around to these nightclubs and he promised her that he'd stop? Do you know anything about that?
More than a couple times, we had went home on our break, on our lunch break, to get something to eat from her house or whatever, you know. And she'd click on the answer machine, and it'd be girl after girl calling for Rico, asking, oh, is Rico there, this and that. She'd be naming out, oh, yeah, you know, I got into a fight with her before, and I've told her
so Miss
not to
Olson
call.
fought everybody.
I'm going to be married and have girls call my house. Women.
Yeah.
Oh, here's my number. Call me up.
Calling.
Call
What
me
do you know
up.
about Miss Olson and any outside activity other than Mr. Haley?
Yes.
She wasn't
Nah,
involved
but
with
he
anyone else?
wouldn't allow it.
Now, what's wrong with her friends,
It's
Mr.
like
Haley?
this. Her friends, what she does, they go out and drink, drive around, cruise, and it's like teenager stuff.
They drink, drive, and
I don't-
cruise,
Yeah,
her
cruise on
friends.
kid stuff.
And
I'm
your
not
friends
trying to
go
do
to
that.
nightclubs all night long.
And my friends go to nightclubs, so we decided not to have those kind of people in our lives.
Okay,
When I
so
started working at AV,
it's real clear to me what's going on. I need Miss Olson back in here to talk about this property. Maybe she can stop using those words. Thank you, April. I'm sorry. I don't want to mess up your last name, so thank you very much.
Okay.
You calm down now, Miss Olson?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
You know, I really don't need to get back off into him going to nightclubs and you not going to nightclubs. He says you and your friends drink, drive, and cruise around. That's all you want to do. So it's obvious that the two of you are about two different things and your lifestyles are not the same. And you don't even know what each other is about. Because whatever he says you do, you say you don't. Whatever you say he does, he says he doesn't. So I don't know if the two of you know each other. Point is, you have some property items that you want me to resolve. Tell me about that.
I have a camera here that he feels that he wants back. He has 2 rolls of film of my daughter while she was being born, 2 personal rolls of film.
2 rolls of film
Two rolls
from
of
birth?
film from birth that
How
are
old
very
is your
personal
daughter?
to me. She's 3 months.
Why haven't the film been developed?
That's what I want to know, and I want to know why he's keeping these. Why you're being controlling
Where are the rolls of film from the childbirth?
the rolls of film are in my pocket, Your Honor.
And why haven't you developed them?
I didn't need to at the time.
Are you sure it's your daughter?
They're on the counter. Your Honor,
Maybe that's why you
dealing with her
haven't.
past, from the beginning with being married, and her having she committed adultery with a young man who I know, who she cheated on before we were
Your
married.
Honor, we were split
Okay.
up for a year.
No,
We
Your
did
Honor.
not live together.
No,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Now we got
You
a
were
problem here.
living with another girl
she
in
was-
Roanoke
no.
Park.
Your
So
Honor,
you-
no.
You were living
I didn't
with
want to
another
bring
girl.
this
You
up
used to
today,
call me up
but
and
see,
tell
she's
me
still-
that you
she's
were
saying
dating
this.
another girl, not our daughter.
Please
I
come to
finish?
order.
Okay.
Why do you question
Okay.
whether you're the father?
She's been leaving out to Clear Lake and all that stuff, spending weekends with her family. I got in an argument with this man on the
Because
phone when
you
I
were
called.
never
Excuse
home.
me.
You were home
excuse
one
me,
day out of the
excuse
week.
me. I called up there to talk to my wife and see how she's doing. She had an attitude. She hung up the phone. I called back, and this man gets on the phone and says, "What do you want?" I said, "I'd like to speak to my wife." "Well, she's busy right now."
That
She's
is
like, "Who are
not
you?"
what happened, Your Honor. This was my sister's
excuse me.
friend that was visiting from the Marines.
Let me finish.
He said, "She's busy right now." And I said, and he goes, "Who's this?" I go, "This is her husband, Rico." I said, "Who's this?" "None of your business." And then he hung up
That
on me.
is
I
not
called
true.
back. He told me if I call up there again, that he's a Marine, that he's gonna kick my butt.
So that's what makes you think you're not the father?
She's every weekend. She would not be sexually
Is
towards me.
that what makes you think you're not the father? Yes or no?
Yes. Exactly, 100%.
So have you taken any blood tests?
Yes, they have.
What do you say? Is he the father?
Yes, he's the father. I haven't been with anybody else.
I
So
hope
he
that- I
knows
hope
this.
that's true, Your Honor.
You're
I
standing
really hope
up
that's
here
true, 'cause I
lying.
love my daughter.
You know I
I
have
love her
been
to
with
death.
nobody else.
No.
You love your daughter, then why
won't you
aren't
give
you
her the
there
film?
for
Why
your
won't
daughter?
you develop the film?
Okay, Your Honor, she has the child. We had the child at the time. We have a video camcorder of the whole experience, and she has the tape, the whole camcorder
My mother taped
experience.
it.
So she has the video
They had the video
camcorder.
camera, and she has my daughter. See, it was supposed to be that I can go up there anytime I want to and see my daughter.
So you have the still pictures that you took with the camera.
Yeah, that's
and
why
she
I
has
won't
the
give them
video
back.
camera.
Thank you, and she has my daughter.
The video camera is my mother's. I have our daughter, which I've
Then
told
what's
you
your
you
mother?
could come see anytime you'd like. You said
You
an
guys-
hour drive was too far.
When I come up there,
I've given you opportunity to see her anytime that you like.
Let me see who is the father, and maybe we can resolve it. If you're not the father, we don't have to worry about it, right?
That's right.
Joe, I believe we should have some paternity results in. You ready?
I'm ready.
When divorce court returns, Rico's paternity test results are in, and the judge renders her verdict. And an update on the case of Louise Cochran versus Ty Cochran.
You are asking this court to give you your husband's clothes off his back. So what am I supposed to do? Have him strip and walk out of here naked?
Divorce court will be back in session in a moment. Divorce court is back in session as Rico Haley and Tierra Olson get the results of the paternity test that will prove whether Rico is the father of Tierra's baby.
Would your attitude about these pictures be the same if you're the father? That she shouldn't be entitled to them?
I believe she's entitled to them anyway, the father's father.
If you're not the father, what would your attitude be about the pictures?
I would like to keep at least the negatives or a copy of them, you know, saying so I can have a memory.
So whether you're the father or not, you still want the pictures?
Yes.
Of the birth?
Yes.
You're about to cry. You need a Kleenex?
Yes.
Joe, please.
If these were such precious moments for you, then why were you out partying the night I had my daughter and you wouldn't even stay in the hospital with me? This is not a lie. Our neighbor told me this.
So you're not sure?
Either night I was in the hospital, you were not there. The week after I had my daughter, my mother was there. He was not there.
Miss Washington, Miss Washington.
My son was there.
Miss Washington, you need to be quiet.
He was not there.
Your Honor.
You can ask the nurses at the hospital.
Miss Olson. Miss Washington makes no decisions, so there's no need for you to argue with her. Mr. Haley, please be quiet a moment. Miss Washington, my last statement to you. Joe, I won't say another word. She opens her mouth, out of here. Based upon these paternity test results, Mr. Haley is not excluded as the biological father. It's 99.95% certainty that he is the biological father. Does that surprise anybody?
No.
It makes you very happy to know that.
Because, Your Honor, I'm very happy.
Okay, I'm very happy to know that as well. Now, in light of that, I'm going to award the camera to you, Mr. Haley. Ms. Olson, you're ordered to take the video cassette of the birthing procedures and make a duplicate set of that. So here's what has to be exchanged all at the same time. You're going to give him a duplicate of the video cassette of the birthing of your child, and you're going to give him the camera. In exchange, he's going to give you a set of the film, the still film from the birth of your child. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Now, if he doesn't get the video cassette, you don't get the film. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Haley, you understand my order?
Yes, I do.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
I didn't think so. Just wanted to see. Court's adjourned.
All rise.
When divorce court returns, an update on the case of Louise Cochran versus Ty Cochran.
You want to bring in your sister, your mother, his sister. I can't divorce you from the whole family. You do that.
Closed captioning for divorce court provided by. If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. And now for an update on a previous case in divorce court. After 2.5 years of marriage, Louise had had enough of her husband Ty and his interfering relatives.
You want to bring in your sister, your mother, his sister. I can't divorce you from the whole family. You do that.
Louise said she had bought everything they had.
Somehow you have it in your head that it's all yours because you're the only one who's done anything in this marriage.
Yes, ma'am.
And she brought Ty to court to ask the judge to award her everything.
You are asking this court to give you your husband's clothes off his back. So what am I supposed to do? Have him strip and walk out of here naked?
I don't care.
Louise says that she realizes that going through a divorce is very stressful and she needs the support of her family, so she has moved back in with her mother.
I feel I was treated fairly as in getting my pictures back, but as in him having a tape of our child's birth, I don't feel that he's in a place in his life right now where he can have that in a safe place and not have other women have access to viewing it.
I'm happy with what the judge's decision was, and just leave it at that.
I'm just glad he's out of my life. I'm glad this is over.
I always will love Tierra, and she's my heart and everything, but she probably needs some time to grow up.